welcome back. I'm so excited to bring you another recipe with DC Meats. I am going to be doing bone-in ribeye steaks. So these are 21-day dry-aged, grass-fed, grain-finished, gorgeous marbling on this. I'm gonna do my espresso rub on it, get it on a hot grill, and then I'm gonna top that with the blue cheese fondue. Kind of a couple of different twists from your average fondue, so you really want to stick around and watch how I do all of this. I'm going to put it over the top of, again, another unique recipe with my broccoli stem and pea puree, some blackened carrots. So keep watching and let's get cooking. Let's get some of my espresso rub on these gorgeous marbled steaks. They look amazing and it's gonna be beautiful. So the marbling that's on here is gonna really be amazing with the spice level that's in the espresso rub, because spice needs fat to carry the spice. But you really want these to be room temperature, because with the bone in, it has a hard time cooking the meat with that cold bone if it just came out of the fridge. So it's really important. You want to bring that up to room temp. And then pat it dry with paper towels, and then I'm going to go in and rub my espresso rub on here. And it's because it's a rub, you do want to get quite a bit on there. So you can see how much I'm kind of doing. And then I'm actually going to get in there after I do both, because I want to keep my hand clean. I'm actually going to get in there and rub it on all four sides. The DC Meats bone-in ribeye seasoned with my espresso rub, and that's just kind of resting for a few minutes. Broccoli stem and pea puree. And I want to start with a little bit of olive oil and then some diced onion. And if you watch my other episodes, you know we always want to season each layer. So I'm just going to add a pinch of salt and some fresh cracked pepper. Maybe manage my heat. And all I'm going to do is just soften these. And the other thing that I did is, this is a great way to use the stem. So we always love, everybody loves to use the flowerets. So what I did was I cut off my flowerets because I can roast those and enjoy them as a side veg. This is a great way to use this part, because so many times this much gets thrown away of all the heads, and it's so easy to just take that and dice it down just into some small chunks. That's all we're doing. And I'm going to actually put those in a little bit of chicken stock, and we're going to puree them down. It's going to be beautiful, delicious. I'm going now in with some minced garlic, and because I'm going to puree this whole thing, I didn't fine mince it. I'm not being real particular on the sizes here. So after about 30 to 60 seconds, because it's a little bit bigger, you might need more like 60 seconds than 30, I'm going to deglaze with some wine. And I just want a dry white wine here, so perfect. Not a lot, but just deglazing. So that was more than I needed. Just need probably a couple of tablespoons in there to deglaze, and then I'm going to let that completely cook out the alcohol. So once that's almost dry, then I'll go in and add my broccoli stems. And then cover it. I've got chicken stock here, and all I'm going to do is just enough to cover the broccoli stems. Now some people will want to steam this, and that's perfectly fine, you can do that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the liquid that I cook it in, and I'm going to use that as the pureeing liquid as well. So one of the things about green vegetables, if you want to really preserve that green, a lid over the top, like when you steam vegetables, and we all know steaming is absolutely the best, most healthiest. But if you put a lid over it, it has a certain gas that green vegetables emit, and then they turn an off color. The way that you can help this is by blanching them to set the color and then steam them. But again, multiple steps and certainly doable, just not what I'm going to do today. So that's about reduced almost down. It's reduced by half. I'm just going to let it go a little bit further and then add in those. So keep watching and you'll see the rest of how I put this all together. Okay, now that that has evaporated, it's almost dry, I'm going to add in my broccoli stems with just a pinch of salt because it helps to release some of the moistures. And then give that a little stir, and I'm going to add in now my chicken stock. And again, just enough to cover. So not too much, just enough to cover. And there we go. Bring that back to a boil, and then we're gonna let it simmer. And I am not going to put my lid on it because I wanna keep it green. But also that's another reason why I'm gonna add peas, for a couple of reasons. It adds starch and it adds more green. Plus I'm gonna add the scallions, the green parts of the green onions. That will also add in brightness as well as some more green color. So keep watching and let's get that blue cheese fondue started. One of the best ways to do a cheese sauce is actually with a bechamel. So here we go with a little equal parts fat and flour, and then I'm going to add in a little bit of half and half, and I'm just going to kind of whisk those things all together, manage your heat, and so I just want to kind of create a smooth bechamel. Now that I've got that bechamel, I'm going to add my blue cheese, and this is one of those things too, because blue cheese can kind of be overpowering for some, and I don't want to have it just be blue cheese, but you want a complementary cheese. So I'm doing white cheddar, and the white cheddar just adds something that's so unctuous, and it's that extra little pop back there. So then what I'm going to do here is sour cream. So I'm going to add some sour cream in there, and we're just going to let all of these components kind of melt together, and we're going to taste it with a little bit of, for salt. This is one of those things that, because the cheeses, they will have some salty flavors to it. So you want to make sure you kind of wait until after before you really overly salt it. If you don't have half and half and you've got milk and cream, just use half milk and half cream. That's your half and half. Now also, this is one of those things, when this kind of gets to that consistency that I want of the sauce, I am going to finish this with a little bit of black garlic. So that's kind of the thing that makes this a little bit different than some of your average. The black garlic is just gorgeous little black, already roasted. You can just make a sauce, a black garlic sauce. It's amazing. So it's mellowed, nuttiness, it's just beautiful, wonderful. So that's what I'm going to actually finish this with. But anytime you have a cream sauce, a little bit of lemon juice helps to brighten all of that. Okay, so I'm going to turn off that heat because that looks really good. We have got our bone-in ribeye from DC Meats, that 21-day dry-aged, grass-fed, grain-finished. It's highly valued by those of us in the culinary world. So Charolais beef is wonderful. And DeBrucker is the first to offer 100% Charolais beef direct to the customer. So I'm gonna cut into this. We've grilled it, it's got beautiful grill marks. I'm so happy with that. And let's cut into this. So I am actually going to cut this off of the bone, and I'm gonna preserve that bone. Yes, yum, yum, yum. Because the bone has so many opportunities to add more things to, like a sauce or a stock for nothing else. So I'm gonna preserve that. And then I'm just gonna kind of come in here and we're gonna slice in, serve this up. Beautiful, medium rare. I love it, love it, love it. If you want to have a beautiful, wonderful flavored beef, this is your amazing opportunity to get in on some of this. For convenience, DC Meats offers a subscription box that is curated with quality selections of Charolais beef and delivered directly to you every 2 months. So it's a beautiful opportunity to get on into some of this wonderful Charolais beef. So what I'm gonna do here is just kind of slice this up, and I am going to, this is enough to serve with both of these steaks. It's enough to serve 4 or 5 people. So I'm gonna actually do just a little bit of my, look at when I used a high-speed blender and just pureed all of that down, but isn't that gorgeous? And it's from stuff that a lot of people just throw away. So I am going to in here, and I'm gonna make a little bit of a swish, and I'm gonna get my plates ready for my family. Go in here, add in some of these slices. I always like to go in 3s. It's a design thing. Odd numbers. Check out these gorgeous blackened carrots. So I did these on the grill as well. And you're probably wondering, why is she doing carrots? Here's something that's really fun. So carrots and coffee are aligned on a molecular gastronomy level. So when you do like my espresso rub on a steak, it's gorgeous to pair it with some carrots. If you want to be really fancy, you can rub those in some of the espresso rub as well. And then we're going to go in with that black garlic blue cheese fondue. And I added a little bit of lemon juice to it and just made it absolutely pop. I absolutely love this recipe. And remember, it will be included in the link below, so you can easily get this recipe. And I'm just gonna go right over that. And then, because I want just a little bit of pop, I've saved some scallions here, some fresh chopped scallions. So there you have my DC Meats bone-in ribeye done with my espresso rub over a broccoli and pea puree and blackened carrots with a black garlic blue cheese fondue. Okay, I need to get in there and get me a little taste. First, I'm gonna do it with just the ribeye. That espresso rub goes so well with all of that beautiful marbling on that DC Meats bone-in ribeye. Now I gotta try it with some of this blue cheese fondue. You're not gonna regret making this. Catch me next time, and I'll be cooking up some more wonderful 100% Charolais beef from DC Meats.